down to G. All right, for G, they want us to solve for X, but we're going to start by copying down the problem. We've got 5 times the quantity negative 3 plus X equals 35. I highlighted the variable they want me to solve for, but there's a set of parentheses, so I know I need to distribute first. So I draw in my distributing rainbows, and I multiply 5 times negative 3, which is negative 15, and then I multiply 5 times X, which is 5X. And then I look at what's happening to that X. That X is being multiplied by 5, and 15 is being subtracted. What's the inverse operation of subtracting 15? Adding 15. So I'm going to add 15 to both sides. Plus 15, plus 15. That leaves me with 5X on the left and 50 on the right. Now that X is being multiplied by 5. What's the inverse operation of multiplying by 5? Dividing by 5. So we're going to divide both sides by 5. And 50 divided by 5 is 10. That one turns out nice and pretty. Any questions on G? All right. Jump over to H. On H, they want us to solve for M. And the original equation is A equals F over M. So that M is where? Numerator or denominator? Denominator. Which if the variable you want to solve for is in the denominator, you want to get it out of there. The way to get it out of there is to multiply by what's there. So I'm going to multiply both sides by M, so that it cancels and moves out of the denominator. Then we have MA equals F. And if we want to solve for M and it's being multiplied by A, the inverse operation of multiplying by A is? So we want to divide both sides by A. They cancel on the left, and we end up with M equals F over A. Any questions on H? All right, jumping down to I. For I, they want us to solve for the variable B. So we start by writing the original equation, which is AB minus 2 equals 3C. So we're going to highlight the B so we can see what's happening. The B is being multiplied by A, and 2 is being subtracted. What's the inverse operation of subtracting 2? Adding 2. So that's why this plus 2 is kind of floating over here. So we want to add 2, add 2. Okay? That leaves us with AB on the left and 3C plus 2 on the right. I highlighted the B again, so the B is being multiplied by A. What's the inverse operation of multiplying by A? So we're going to divide both sides by A, and we end up with B equals 3C plus 2 over A. Right? And the last one, J. They want us to solve for the W. So we're going to start by copying down the original problem, which is 2 times the quantity V minus 3 equal to the 1 minus the quantity W plus 4. And the variable they want us to solve for is the W. So I highlight that W so I can see what's happening to it. Okay. There's also some parentheses. So I showed my distributing rainbows on both sides of that equal sign. All right, so let's do the left side first. So we've got 2 times V, which is 2V. We've got 2 times negative 3, which is negative 6. And then on the right, we're going to copy down that 1, but then we need to take that negative sign and distribute it into the parentheses. So negative 1 times W is negative W, and negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. I know I want that W on the left-hand side, so I'm going to add W to both sides. So they'll cancel on the right side, but it'll move over here, and I'll have W plus 2V minus the 6 equals the negative 3. Where'd that negative 3 come from? I combined the 1 minus 4. What's 1 minus 4? Negative 3. That's where that negative 3 comes from. Now to get the W by itself, I just need to do 2 more inverse operations. So if I have plus 2b, I'm going to subtract 2b. If I have minus 6, I'm going to add 6. So I subtract 2b and add 6 over here, and I end up with W equals 3 minus 2v.